So I'm Sian. I was diagnosed with haemochromatosis in 2023. My journey leading up to it was quite bad, really. I lost my job with my health. I suffered an awful lot of joint pain, fatigue, memory issues, so much so that my son, who lives with me, the one day I'd forgotten my phone, and I was out and he'd walked up to meet me to see if I was okay. And it wasn't until he stopped to talk to me I realised it was my son.
Wow.
But yeah, that was really scary.
Do you feel that the GP was supportive in that, or did you find it frustrating trying to get the diagnosis from the GP?
Yeah, no, I found it very frustrating, and that it was sort of all in my head then, if you like, because there was nothing.
Do you think they kind of blamed the other conditions as well and weren't prepared to look into it?
Yeah.
What amazes me about that is that a simple iron blood test can pick that up, and I'm assuming that was the case.
Yeah, it was. It literally was when I moved to the new GP. It literally was a blood test, and then they phoned me up and wanted me to go back for another blood test. Didn't tell me why at that stage, and then they phoned me up then and told me that they'd suspected that I had haemochromatosis, and they'd spoken to the haematology department and that they were going to do a genetic test. So it wasn't until then. So you're probably talking about 18 months after I initially went off on the sick.
And what was that like, hearing haemochromatosis? Had you ever heard of the condition before?
Never heard of it at all. Obviously, you Google and whatever, and I found Haemochromatosis UK, and obviously when it came back then that yes, I did. I contacted them and got all the leaflets and everything. I went to the haematologist and she asked me what I knew about the condition, and obviously I'd been in contact with Haemochromatosis UK, so I understood a bit more then. And I said that, oh, my children and my brothers need testing. And she sort of looked at me and I said, oh, well, is that correct? So she went out of the room and came back with the Haemochromatosis UK leaflet and told me, yes, I was correct after looking at the leaflet.
Wow, so even a consultant that works in that area needed to refer to the information from charity?
Didn't actually know that your nearest relatives need testing.
Yeah, that would be quite daunting, I can imagine. But what were your friends and family like about it? Did they understand it? Had they heard of it?
Nobody had heard of it. I think my mum still doesn't quite fully understand it now, because obviously I tell her, well, you've got one gene, and obviously my dad would have had a gene, and obviously I've got the two genes mutated, and it's what's caused it.
I found that really tough, like trying to explain to my parents and my family, you know, that this is in the family. Like, oh, well, no one's ever had anything like that. I've never heard of it, therefore it doesn't exist. And you're like, honestly, it's from you.
Yeah.
Like, and it turns out my mum did have one of the genes, and then another of my sisters had two of the genes like me. But it was really hard to kind of get through to them because it's so unheard of, I guess, especially in Wales, to tell somebody something with such a long name, what that means for you, especially when most people in my family had had anemia as well. So I was the first to be diagnosed. Right. It's a really confusing time for family. But what I found is I felt like a bit lost in my journey. I didn't know how to tell my family because I didn't even understand the condition myself. No. And I didn't really get the support to understand it. It was using HUK and using their phone line and getting the info from them. And that helped me, I guess, kind of come to terms with it. And then I got letters from haematology to give to family.
Yes.
Did you get any letters at all?
I did, but the doctor's surgery aren't testing for the genes with my children. All they will do is test their ferritin level, and that's it. Even though they've got the letter, my one brother had the letter, and then they wanted him to prove that he was my brother. So I had to get the haematologist to email his surgery to say yes.
I find that unbelievable. You
honestly,
have to prove a family member.
Yeah.
I think this is part of the problem as well, is that I think awareness is so low and it's assumed to be a really rare condition, and it isn't. It's something like 1 in 150 people here will have at least one of the genes. Going back to haematology, in terms of your treatment, how has that been? What treatment have you received?
So I received weekly venesections and then fortnightly. The treatment itself is absolutely fine. The way my hospital do it though is a bit inconvenient because you can't phone up to find out until 3 o'clock the day before if you need to go for the appointment the following day.
So it's hard to make any sort of plans or know what you're doing?
Yeah, or like for my son to take a day off work to take me and whatever. It's really hard to know.
Do you Do you get any side effects from your treatment at all?
I don't tend to from the treatment. Even though I'm in maintenance, I still suffer a lot of joint pain and fatigue. But the treatment, I didn't find that it really gave me any side effects.
Since diagnosis and having treatment, has it changed anything for you?
I still hope, and I still hope one day that I'll be able to go back to work. I mean, my son sometimes tells me, "Mum, look at you, because you don't know how you are from day to day." I'm an optimistic person anyway, so I try and stay positive and just deal with what it chucks at you.
I guess that's really hard because you've gone from having that structure and that job you really love to not really knowing what's going to happen from day to day. And I think this is one of the things that people don't realise about haemochromatosis, is that you can have your treatments and it will reduce the iron and hopefully reduce any damage in the future, but you're still left with these residual symptoms that may never go away.
Yeah.
But just to kind of get a sense of, I guess, the impact of it, like, who were you before the haemochromatosis? Like, what kind of person were you?
Before the haemochromatosis, I was outgoing a lot. I was in work an awful lot. I would do 25-hour sleep-in shifts. So I pretty much was
on the go.
Yeah.
Very active.
And I'm not able to drive, so I'd walk to work, which would be like about a 20-30 minute walk, and then the same then when I'd finish my shift to come home and then to go. I found it really frustrating, and there was months I couldn't talk about it because I would just burst into tears. I put on a lot of weight. I've just lost just over 6 stone now in the last year.
Wow.
To try and get back to sort of where I was before any of this happened and while I was working and everything. So yeah, I think I'm hopefully getting that confidence back a bit now, yeah.
I shining through this morning, I gotta say. If you were to sit down with a GP or a health professional now and you were to talk like this with them, like, what advice would you give them? Because obviously you walk into the GP surgery and it's really difficult for them to take you seriously or even do a blood test. Like, what advice would you give them if somebody in your situation turned up today with your symptoms?
I'd like to say to them, please listen to somebody. It's one blood test, and then you can have the gene test, and if that comes back that they've got concerns, and sit and listen and listen to what this person's telling you, listen for the symptoms, research it, and that somebody's not just sat in front of you with a condition that's just in their head, as they would say.
Yeah, spot on.